Hello, welcome to another video on leadership series by Kushalta Academy, and today we are going to analyze leadership patterns of some leaders using neuroscience. So, neuroscience. Who's the best leader you can think of? The biggest leader one can think of is Mahatma Gandhi, because he was able to motivate, convince, and lead 30 crore people, and he had a team of loyal and committed core members. So why is a team required? So let's analyze a situation where, let's say that we all of us in India at least, we have participated in various marriage functions, and whenever we organize a marriage, we know how big, humongous task it is. So let's say that we have to organize a marriage, and what is the team that we require? So we have various processes involved in managing our marriages, the cooking, the tent, the decoration, etc. And we need to have a team who can manage all those aspects. Though we can ourselves also, maybe with the help of few relatives, can do that. Now imagine what if we had to manage 100 marriages on the same day. Then can we do it alone? Obviously not. We require a team for it. What if there were 1 lakh marriages in a day? So can we manage 1 lakh marriages alone? Obviously not. So we require a bigger team to manage 1 lakh marriages. So a team, success can be achieved only with a team. And how important is leader's own performance? It's obviously important, because unless the leader is competent enough, the team won't respect him or her. But it's not the most important part in making success. So what are those important qualities which a leader should have? So biggest leadership skill is getting the team in place and making the team overachieve, so that the sum of the parts becomes the total becomes more than sum of the parts. And for that to happen, we have to make the team feel secure and excited, and to make the team take their own decisions. If we talk about the example of 100 marriages again, so we cannot be everywhere. So the team that we have on the ground will have to take their own decisions. And have we made the team empowered enough, competent enough to be able to take their own decisions? And this is the biggest leadership skill. So the team required for 100 marriages, if we take the example of 100 marriages, is we require 10 sub-leaders, people who directly report to us. They in turn would be having team leaders. So every marriage would be having one team leader, and 10 such team leaders would be managed by a sub-leader. And each of these team leaders would be having around 100 workers, 10 workers under them to look after the various aspects. So to manage 100 marriages, we require a team of around 1100 team members. And so the function of the leaders is they create the best team, they make them overperform, and empower them to take their own decisions. So the biggest leaders that we can think of is Mahatma Gandhi and Abdul Kalam Azad, and there are many other examples also. And why it doesn't happen so often? What is the real problem? So the real problem is that sometimes the team starts feeling threatened in taking their own decisions, in finding creative solution to problems, in gaining insights. What does neuroscience say? Our brain has many parts. The two important parts for this discussion is, one, the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for the rational thoughts that we have, the thinking process that we have, and the limbic brain, which is the emotional brain. And this limbic brain, in case it gets activated, then brain supplies energy only to the limbic brain. It stops giving energy to the prefrontal cortex, or in the other words, when we feel threatened, our rational ability to think goes down, our ability to find creative solutions, to find correct decisions also goes down. So whenever a team member or a team is feeling threatened, their ability to take the right decisions, find creative solutions goes down. So the leadership mantra is make the team feel rewarded, not threatened, and also gain trust of the team so that they feel rewarded. So what is feeling rewarded? So if we talk about the neuroscience aspect of it, um, uh, 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 the behavior of the leaders sometimes puts the team in a threatened state of mind. And what are the aspects, what are the social patterns of behavior of leaders which are analyzed by the team? The first is fairness. So the leader has to be perceived as absolutely fair by the team. So there should not be any different behavior towards different team members, or there should not be any discrimination. The leader has to look absolutely fair. Does the leader enhance the social status of the team members by praising them in public, by not scolding them in public? As per neuroscience, shouting at somebody in public is as bad as threatening somebody with a gun. This is how our social drivers work. So there could be other ways. It could not always be monetary. We could organize training programs for the team members who are performing well. We could send them on learning trips. We can give them more flexibility so that they decide their own work schedule. Next is certainty. So how much certainty the leaders give their team members in case of any change? Are they able to communicate by when the change will be over, or at least by when they'll be able to communicate some certainty about the change which is happening? Next is belonging. So how much the team feels belonged. In case by mistake somebody is excluded from a meeting or a discussion, the person, as per neuroscience, faces experiences the same stress as somebody becoming an orphan, because he or she starts thinking, oh, what is happening, what is my future, why wasn't I called for the meeting, for the discussion, should I look for another job, should I look for some other company? And last is autonomy. So how much empowerment do we give? Obviously we have to keep some balances, but how much empowerment are we giving to the team members to take their own decisions? This is a very powerful social driver. If we keep on directing people, do this, do that, this way, that way, then they start feeling threatened and their ability to perform, to think of creative solutions goes down. So let's talk about two leaders in today's political scenario, Modi versus Rahul. So Modi apparently doesn't have a team. There are only 3-4 ministers who are perceived to be doing well. Otherwise, everything is being taken care of by Mr. Modi himself. Rahul, on the other hand, apparently feels that he has a bigger team. He has people who take care of different aspects. Both of them are equally fair. Social status, both of them, it appears that they are equally bad in enhancing the social status, because it's always about both of these leaders. Hardly anybody else in their party gets any mention. Certainty, yes. So the only certainty is that Mr. Modi is the head of BJP and Mr. Rahul is the head of Congress. So that much certainty is there that nobody else has any future. Belonging, again, the reports that one keeps on reading or hearing is that in BJP maybe the belonging seems to be lower than in Congress, and everybody seems to be slightly scared in BJP. Autonomy, again, so the reports which one hears is that in BJP there is no autonomy and everybody has to just follow the pattern set by the leader. In Congress, the autonomy seems to be slightly more. So overall, there is not too much to differentiate between both these leaders, but on certain social drivers, Mr. Rahul seems to be doing better. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.